But I do agree with your assertion that they're going to run at each other, because I think both lineups have to play aggressively.
Absolutely. You know, things seemed that they could have played at a slower pace for OG up until the Lycan certainly got dropped. We know plenty about that hero from the little adaptations we've seen from some of the other regions. And speaking to that, our lineup overall for both these teams, it's a little bit of something old that we've seen and a little bit of something new. So I'm very excited to see their take on these lineups. The Bounty Hunter Nyx support duo, not something you see every day, but
I'm not the
could
biggest
be
fan of that.
Quite annoying. I'm interested to see Nigma's take on it.
Yeah, I think so. Bounty Hunter is a hero that has a lot of upside, which is the gold. It's a good vision hero, but I feel like him and Nyx Assassin kind of overlap in what they want to do. I think this is going to probably be the most value Necro 3 of all time, just because he's going to look at Kuro and GH, and I feel like if OG just 5-man at a reasonable time, which OG is very good at doing, I think they're just going to lose, and we're going to see the return of Sumail to mid lane. It's a pretty exciting time, so it looks like 33 is going to be playing carry.
Oh, yeah. Sumail versus Weehaw in the mid lane. Sumail with a much better block. The tower already going to be aggroing onto the wave, so he'll have that little bit of a initiative. But yeah, these are all-star players right here. I'm really excited to see how things unfold. Can't help but feel like then that means that Weehaw does need to step up on this Timber Saw, because if OG are able to set a very fast tempo and are suddenly forcing Nigma indoors, I don't even look at their lineup as something that can hold the line really strong. They need to be on the offensive themselves and keep the tempo going.
Oh, 100%. I think this mid lane matchup, by the way, the last time I saw it was actually, I think at a summit where the Timber Saw ended up dominating. So I'd imagine that's why they picked it. I mean, they picked it last overall because they knew it was going to be against the Ember Spear mid. Trying to give it the best possible matchup. I would imagine that it's pretty hard for Ember to ever get a kill, and it's just kind of hard for him to trade. So I feel like this Timber Saw is pretty annoying for him. And meanwhile at bottom, this Beastmaster offlane mind control, I think he's just really good at all the summon-based heroes. Normally I'd see him on the Nature's Prophet because I think he might be the best NP in the world, but it's in fact going to be the Miracle Carry Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that Nature's Prophet now stepping off from the Lycan. No-Tail needs to be a little bit careful. Oh my goodness, he got greedy. He went in for the chakra, and he will pay the price. GH is waiting around the corner for you, old man. Oh.
I think he anticipated oh, he's going to get a courier too? No. There's 2 couriers, in fact, coming, and he's going to ping them. But got quite a lot of value there. And Sox is at bottom trying to force somebody down here. They don't want Liquid to do this tri-lane any longer, if possible. But Grimstroke plus Brewmaster, I don't really know if that threatens Beastmaster too much. I think Beastmaster is just like one of the best heroes in this patch right now.
Definitely. And with the assistance of that Boar, it's almost just Boar versus Grimstroke while it's up. And Beastmaster could still creep in the CS from time to time where necessary.
Yeah, mid lane. Sumail's got to be careful. He's getting really low.
Oh, Weehaw taking it to him right now. It forces out the chains, which is just enough. But
Sumail doesn't have any regen right now. No, he's just waiting. And he's got like this optimistic bottle queued up. And Kuro is actually going to snipe him. He doesn't have Janata. Ah.
Damn. Kuro from the shadows. Another shadowy play coming out from Nigma as they snipe another weak and wounded OG member.
Good call by him to not go for the Janata, actually. That might hurt his game a little bit, but the solo kill Shuriken toss is going to mean quite a bit. Not really sure what he wants to do now.
I mean, Kuro's still floating around this mid lane too, so, you know, whether that be Nigma recognizing that nipping Sumail's potential in the bud could mean more success for Nigma in the long run. Right now, Sumail really taking it to Weehaw.
I mean, this lane is really hard for Ember, as we're seeing already. It's just because you can't trade. And he canceled the Salve!
Get that Salve out of here!
Ah, man, he does not want to play in this game right now. He has no gold. He has no salve coming. He really expected to be able to get the bottle off of this next salve.
Oh my goodness.
And Weehaw's having the freest time ever, just chilling. Good news for OG, though, is this bottom lane, in fact, is going incredibly well for this Brewmaster. Beastmaster is getting zoned out. Thought he'd get okay levels, and once he got 3, he'd be all right. But look at this. Seb, a very aggressive all-flaner in his own right.
Yep. Hustling forward. Good setup with the Inkswell, with the stomp. Salve to try to mitigate the bit of damage, and it's good enough for Mind Control to create the space and be fine. Up top, I'm seeing a little bit of shenanigans here. No Tail having to bump back GH a bit. It's enough to create the bit of space, but man, they are certainly sweating on each other. Sumail with the remark. What is this? Sad face ping and this. And, you know, everybody's got a little bit of buffer lag. This is just the situation we're in.
Cairo life.
It's online Dota.
He said what?
Me too, Cairo life.
Yeah, he's in Egypt right now. Him and the manager moved there from, we were in Berlin together at one point. All in the same tiny little neighborhood.
ISPs, as Grant says, not all are created equal. And depending on where you are in the connection server, you're just going to be playing with a little bit of a handicap or not. But that's, again, that's just where we are. Sumail
Don't worry, it wasn't better in Toronto.
Here he comes. Now assistance on the way.
What is this dive right now? This
is it going to be in time? Yeah, Sox is here, but we have a bit far.
Former teammates battling it out.
Oh, yeah, good call. A little bit of lore factor here. But Weehaw should be able to walk away. The machine holds strong. It's got that 3 points of reactive armor.
These guys played together for 2 years.
Kuro stepping in, looking to show himself, seeing if they can maybe turn around onto Saksa, and that seems to be the case. Weehaw should be able to jump in. Sumail, can he bail out? Yes, he can. Hits him with the chains, turn around, looking for the grab.
I don't think Weehaw's dying, though.
Oh, the snipe from afar, not going to be nearly enough damage to take down Weehaw's Timber, and No Tail is also forced to summon to the mid lane, just in case.
I really like how Weehaw's playing. He's just being very aggressive, hitting nonstop, and Kuro grabs the regen rune. I think Sumail hates him at this point. Just like, please make my life easier.
No.
Stop doing this to me.
They've felt totally comfortable just like leaving Miracle to his own devices for the most part in this top lane on his Nature's Prophet. He's 3rd in CS, you know, just behind Weehaw and where Seb currently stands. Seb with a huge amount of CS, 42 and 20 right now on that Brewmaster. Top, here we go. Blinding Light bump back from No Tail. But, yeah, you know, Kuro and GH, quite pesky here. All right, Sprouts out. Immediate takedown as he uses the Quelling Blade.
Oh, he whiffs.
And here comes Seb making his debut to the top lane. He's level 6, and he says, I got the boys here, and starts to go on a chase. Meanwhile, No Tail potentially going to be sniped down from Kuro on the back lines. He's digging deep for it while the chase is on the other side. Miracle now getting muscled down from the Bears. No Tail does end up falling. Miracle. Oh, the rock is there. They find the connection. The chase continues.
They don't have the damage.
They don't quite have enough to get the finish. They can't clean the plate.
That was the Bruce split that was used. And somehow in mid lane, Sumail plus the addition of Saksa is going to get a kill on the Timbersaw. That's pretty massive too. And he's going to leave the bottle on the ground for the Keeper of the Light to pick up. Well done overall. It looks like Beastmaster finally got afforded some space down here. But probably the bigger thing was that they didn't lose the Nature's Prophet, and Miracle's going to immediately TP down. Yep. We talked about the global presence and their pushing power. Nigma really wants to just take fights all around the map. They just want to like keep running nonstop, split them up where they can, and they push so quickly. Like that's the advantage of having both Beastmaster and Nature's Prophet. The Coddle is too underleveled to have too many levels of his blast. Exactly. Yeah. So it's not like early game he's going to be able to stop them from being able to do this.
And even if he blasts, you have Carapace and stuff on the other side. It could end up doing him more harm than good.
Yeah, I think he wants to get it. The problem is you want to max Chakra Magic.
Yep.
It's very efficient, but he might decide to go like 3-1-2 or something like that.
Kuro behind enemy lines has been spotted out. He'd been getting away with a lot. And OG finally put him in his place.
Okay, No Tail, what's your play? I wonder. He's going to blast from the other side. He's going to blast from left to right. He's juking like crazy. He hasn't been hit by Chakra yet.
You can't do this to me. Oh, yes, we certainly can.
He's finally dead.
It's going to be certainly a struggle as a Coddle in this game. And if Nigma keep ramping up the pacing like you're talking about, all they certainly have to do is play around the Bruce split. Like the second the Bruce split was committed to the top lane, now they've been really putting their pedal to the metal.
Yeah. There's some cool interactions, by the way, with when you sprout somebody and then he can Whirling Death. And he
you're
gets
right.
pure damage.
Yes.
Oh, and Weehaw might have...
Yep, overstayed in the mid lane a bit, but man, this guy is a siege engine.
Yeah,
they
he's
just
just gonna run
cannot
away.
crack him.
There's another interaction, by the way, with the Nature's Prophet trees. If you eat one, it counts as a planted tree.
Oh.
So if you eat it like a tango, it gives you the bonus duration, just in case anybody was unaware or wanted to know.
I remember something about Whirling Death where you get the bonus damage still now, even if you don't hit the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But can't remember if it's pure through and through, but I know they changed it so that he gets the benefit without having to be around the trees the whole time. But whether the case, just a very shy net worth advantage right now for Nigma. But they are the team that seem to be certainly in more control of the map, of the pacing, as OG are stepping off and starting to do a bit more rotations here.
It's bonus damage per cut tree now.
Oh. Yeah, the Sprout, I imagine, would definitely boost it by a lot. 10 minutes on the nose, and it's a fight for the outpost at the top as Kuro tries to take it, but Sumail will make him pay the price.
And he's going to pick up a bounty rune for his troubles. Not doing too bad on this Ember Spirit. Still ahead of the Beastmaster by quite a bit. Looks like all three cores are doing sort of okay on the side of OG.
Weehaw not quite able to catch the chain as Sumail steps in. Doesn't catch
nice.
it again. The bump was there from No Tail.
That was a very nice bump.
And the blast comes forward. Can they
low-ish.
stop him? It doesn't look like it.
Nice.
Ah, there it goes.
That was really well done by No Tail. That blinding light to push him further away.
Very,
And they're
very good
immediately going to smoke. I think they pinged that smoke. I have to imagine they did it in front of Vision. If they do have a high ground ward on the left there, Dakota.
Pretty certain GH was the one to ping that one out.
Yeah, they straight up did it in front of Vision.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like they care too much. And as a result, the Beastmaster is going to run top, which I think is the right idea.
Yeah, him and Miracle already there, already going to be on top of that Tier 1 tower. We know how valuable that Tier 1 top can be for the Radiant.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid fights right now.
And the second a fight shows up, what do? They Delta split, and they hightail it out of there, but at the same moment, it's No Tail going down, way down south.
And Mind Control doesn't have a TP, and that's why Seb was willing to pop his Bruce Split for this.
Here we go. Seb's into action, slamming on the Beastmaster here. He does commit the roar to try to make a hasty escape.
I think he might be okay at this rate.
Oh,
he's
the
going to get blocked
Wolves.
by the Wolves.
The Wolves. I thought you were on my side as Beastmaster. Nah, we have our alpha leader. And
He's fine.
and he's good.
Wow, he popped the split so early on Seb. There's no TP on Mind Control. I feel like you could have waited a few seconds at least.
Now Nigma can really kind of go unleashed for the next few minutes. Or, as the Seb split was already committed, you see Nigma call to action in the mid lane, adding heavy pressure onto Sumail. He will have to step off a bit. But where they were able to take down that top Tier 1, now they're already got a mid Tier 1 for the taking. Credit to OG. While it feels like Nigma are able to kind of push forward on some of these objectives sooner, OG are keeping the net worth still pretty even.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of farming. Seb obviously still has a very good game. He had a very advantageous lane, hasn't died yet, hasn't really been punished. This Lycan is just farming the woods, so he's doing okay too. And Ember Spirit has had some nice comeback kills. Oh, so bubbly.
Nigma trying to prevent this offshore account of a jungle that's going to OG right now. We see Kuro and GH always kind of poking around to see what's going on. Mid lane, Weehaw and Seb kind of going toe-to-toe a bit. With Soxa nearby. What's the queue up play here for the Timber? And it looks like he's going to be heading his way towards a pipe this game, fearing the heavy magical damage output coming from OG and needs a little bit of utility for the team. And now suddenly most of OG have congregated to the mid lane. They're making their approach, looking to go in for Weehaw. They commit the Will-O-Wisp. Sumail's here, hits it with the chains. GH around the corner,
really
trying to go
tanky.
for a big stun, but
This
my
is 1 on
God,
5.
look how tanky this man is.
That was 1 on 5, and they popped so much to try to take him down.
My goodness, can Nigma try to recoup from this in some way? I know Miracle's charging his way through the top lane, but it's GH in trouble, and he will be the +1.
Sumail's going to pick up another kill, and Looked like they wanted to think about going mid, and Seb, again, he is not afraid to pop this ult.
This is very OG-esque, the non-stop thirst for blood
They
as
are
they
running
go
at
from
them.
1 to 1 to 1. Just don't even show yourself, Nigma. Wait for the hastiness to conclude.
I think they will defend this tower, though. Think about how hard it was for them to kill Weehaw in the first place.
Now they don't have a lot of that ammunition in the tank to work with. Weehaw does step into the mid lane. Mind control.
Oh, he pops his own branch.
Has the roar. If
that
he
was
can
so
get
cool.
the catch, do they want to spend it onto Seb? They do. He commits the roar, but that's when Sumail jumps in with a nice little set of chains, and 33 pops the shapeshift, and they decide to run in for round number 2. They're chasing GH out and around the corner. Here comes Kuro. Immediately goes invis. Weehaw has to step back and assist with his allies as 33 is just going pretty deep, and it's just a bit all over the place. The only person not here is Miracle, still worrying about objectives elsewhere. Oh, they're going to go for Weehaw, and they should be able to take him down. That's back-to-back takedowns for OG. Sumail with a wicked 6 streak, and they're not done yet.
This is EU Dota at its best.
My God, this is what we have waited for.
They are just fighting. No one is hitting creeps anymore on the side of OG. They have decided enough is enough. And with the DD rune and no armor stacks on that Timber Saw, the last time they killed him, it was so difficult because he had it fully built up. He was even on the low ground, and it took them like 10 minutes of hitting. As we're going to look at the replay.
The moment of brilliance, if you will.
We're going to see. That was a pretty cool move by Weehaw. He plants the tree so he can Timber Chain towards it. But they don't really hard commit. They land a stun, and they just sort of run away. I thought that was going to be Weehaw running in. And instead, they just kind of got ran over here. Kuro finishes his TP. He still has a DD rune. Weehaw gets isolated out. Not a lot of stacks. Trying to press forward. Gets chained up. And he just kind of gets wailed. You can see that he was building up the stacks, but you need to have them for quite some time for the regen and for the armor to really matter and kick in.
And for the time being, like, Weehaw is the damage that Nigma have. So if they see that he's going to be in check, there's no reason OG should just not go unleashed, because Miracle has been
godlike.
Doing other business. He is clearly not looking to get involved whatsoever with these fights. He is building up into a Desolator and BKB for this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, he's going to need to be fat if they're going to want to fight, because they haven't brought him in, and he's their most farmed hero by far, Dakota.
Yep.
And he was not in that mid-fight. He did not want to participate. They're going to get spotted, though, in the Roche pit, and I don't think this is something that they can give up for free, and that's why OG is going to back out for the time being.
Yeah.
Wait things out. Oh, they're going to run back in the pit now. They do have to be a little bit careful.
Could be awkward for Nigma and their support staff. You know, they have no real way to try to combo break any potential team fight at the Roche pit. They're just kind of sneaking around and looking to find an opening. You know, yeah, Kuro can get off a couple of tracks and get that bit of intel.
Yeah, they have one really big weakness, and that's their team fight is sort of mediocre because you have a Bounty Hunter Nyx support duo, and you have a one-position Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet doesn't scale with levels. He scales with items. That's the benefit of the hero, is that he out-farms you. He can roll you around the map as he wills. He's just going to be in dangerous spots of the map farming because it's harder for you to catch up to him. And he punishes you when you try to go for 5-mans by taking towers faster than you too. But if OG just continues to run at you as 5 like this,
wow,
they can't do anything.
Just swarmed and surrounded Weehaw yet again, and in classic OG fashion, Seb letting him know with the chat wheel exactly what it's all about.
I've been missing some OG Dota in my life.
Right?
Like, look at this.
Look at this. They see something, they smell something, and they say, I gotta have it, and they take it. Kuro just, as we even see that he's in the perimeter, just gets evaporated.
Yeah, my old team used to call this like dot running. You know, you see a dot on the map, and you don't really think about anything except eliminating the dot from that map. That's all that matters. Just run at the dots on the map. It'll all kind of figure itself out.
Sounds close, awfully close to Devi running, which is more or less, it feels like the same thing.
It
just
pretty
full
much is.
Devi mode here from OG. Yeah, plan B for Nigma is going to be an interesting one. I imagine that mostly hinges on Miracle and his Nature's Prophet. Whether it's trying to get this split pressure. I mean, he did manage to snipe down tier 2 bottom lane, but, you know, I don't know if this is going to be similar to the glory days of Bulldog Nature's Prophet, take the game back style or not.
Oh, look at this. This could be massive. This is a really big spree. And no, they don't have enough damage for this. And in fact, they're going to go for GH instead. He doesn't have any way to get out. He's going to get changed up. That's going to be another stack for Sumail's Spirit Vessel, which he already has 5 charges in.
He has a huge bounty on his head, does Sumail. So if somehow Nigma can manage to bring down this Ember Spirit, they will be rewarded for it. But it's not an easy task here.
Yeah, I think that mid defense by Nigma was a really big problem because you can soft defend it, Dakota, but I think going in for like a straight up 5v5 is questionable because it's really difficult for them to fight. And I don't think the game, in the mid game, like their lineup is meant to fight. Like what is Nyx's bounty supposed to do against Necrobook 3s? Like that's always been Nyx's issue, is when a team gathers up S5 and just pushes you down, you can't really do anything to prevent that.
Yeah.
And he's got no way to dispel the Spirit Vessel on
Oh, goodness.
Weehaw.
Are they really going to swarm Weehaw again here? Committing with the Will-O-Wisp. He jumps out the other side.
That's another brew split. And look at how Seb, he's just willing to commit it whenever he sees anybody, even if it's early.
All right, Roar, but it's only onto little
really
Saksa
nice stun.
on the side to lock him in his spot. He's able to continue to nuke it down from the high ground. 33 will be able to finish off GH. And the OG onslaught continues here. They will follow it up with a takedown onto Mind Control beyond godlike now for Sumail's Ember Spirit.
And they just continue to fight. Even though the names are a little bit different, Dakota, the playstyle. And
that is the same.
You have to give a lot of credit towards like Seb and Notel, who are the architects of a lot of this. This aggressive, you need to be able to fight. Something that Notel always preaches is you want heroes that can always fight at some point. Like that's what's going to determine Dota. It's been his ethos for quite some time.
Who is that? Is that Kuro?
Is
Get
that a
that
dot?
guy! Get him out of here! Is that Weehaw? We might have to deal with this one in a different way because
oh, look at Miracle.
we
He's
did
just
lose
dead.
Connell, but
he finally
wait,
decides to fight.
Wait a minute. That was the #1. That was what we were waiting for. That was the dark horse for Nigma.
I'm really
and
surprised.
I didn't even get to see him do anything.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he decided to come fight. After all this harping we've done on their inability to take a 5-man.
Yeah, bottom
Miracle
looks pretty open. He could have been down there doing some serious work.
That would have forced the 5. That's what you want as a Nature's Prophet, is you want to threaten that tier 3 tower. As the odds are going heavily in favor of OG.
Yep.
Walking away from Nigma, and looks like Weehaw, he decided to build pipe, so he has no way to dispel this Spirit Vessel.
Louise.
He just dies.
He's just like, maybe I can get a little bit of push out in mid lane while they finish that Roche. And before he can even finish the thought in his mind, they're already on him.
Yeah, they picked up what feels like 1 kill in the last 10 minutes. That kill on the Keeper of the Light. They've actually gotten 2 in the last few minutes here, but just, again, the inability to take the 5-man means that you have to commit to this split push style. That's kind of why I thought they would take something like Tinker. I felt like they needed something to deal damage too, but just not really getting a whole lot going. And now there's almost a fully picked up Radiance with this Ember Spirit. 33 has been performing very well on this Lycan.
Oh, just don't stop. Oh, they do pop the smoke, which means Kuro's there, you know. Kuro, in this instance, I imagine, is happy to be the sacrifice if it means stopping what could have been a very scary potential gank. Oh, bottom, we got trouble. Trouble for 33.
Here's Havel's ulti.
Can they finish him off before the rest of the OG troops get here? Gosh, he's tanky. He's got that Helm of the Dominator. He's got that Buckler and Book 3. We can't seem to break it. And now Timber, who is supposed to be the big iron machine, falls apart like paper mache.
Yeah, he really needs something to dispel that Spirit Vessel. And now there's so many charges on Sumail that I don't even know if one basic dispel matters. It's 7 charges so far. And now Miracle is hard committing to just splitting the map with Mind Control. And I think this is the right idea. You see Mind Control parked at top. Miracle's pushing in mid. They want to play away from OG at all times now. And OG doesn't have anybody that has travels, I think. So it's a little bit hard for them to keep up with this. That's why they haven't just completely run over the map and taken all the tier 2 towers. In fact, they just lost the tier 1 tower bottom. Before that, they had only lost the tier 1 mid tower. That's how much pressure had been put on them in the map.
Yeah, it feels like OG are just getting everything they want. You know, it's something that we'll have to look back as this game will finish eventually and reflect on what Nigma's game plan overall was. I mean, certainly they were very annoying in the laning phase, enough so that Sumail had to all chat about it, and I imagine that was what they were hoping to succeed, but as you see things play out, they were not able to get much more on top of it. It's 33 just gobbling up the little bounty hunter.
I mean, he has 9 deaths or something on Kuroki.
2 and 9 and 2. Yep.
Yeah, he is I mean, he's more than a third of their deaths right now, and it doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon.
He's got to feel pretty useless, unfortunately. You know, got to say the same even for GH. Like, what can Nick's assassin do in these kind of games? And aside from split push these lanes, you see all of Nigma just scattered throughout the whole map, trying to stall out the pressure from OG where possible.
Yeah, it's really problematic that...
They did manage to spot out Miracle, and Sumail's taking it to him. He's going to be forced to BKB TP out.
Still a 10-second BKB charge, and maybe they get something out of this mid.
Yeah, why not? Let's go to him. We know Miracle just had to bail out. We know he doesn't have a BKB. Look who we found, little GH. And I don't care if I have to commit a Will-O-Wisp for you. We will do it.
I figured Seb would have popped his ulti by now. He really loves doing that. That's his power move.
Says the boys are here and we're ready to play.
I love this clown. Like, they just run at each other. It's like Clown Fest Dota.
Yeah.
But it's like very structured and good team fights. Like,
yeah.
OG are just, no matter what iterations they've had, they've just always been good at team fighting. And that apparently just continues to extend here as Sumail, and he hasn't been playing mid for a while, but really just looks like there's been no drop off.
Yeah, I know. It is just the first game, but it's hard to not imagine that OG are just going to be the same team, essentially, regardless of who is on it.
Yeah, of course, Thompson and Anna and Jerax are going to be, you know, they'll always be vital to the success.
All right.
But they finally are going to pick up a kill on Seb. That's pretty big. But do they actually win the team fight? That's the more important part.
Very true. And as 33 muscles on
They're picking up kills right now.
They are able to scrap down the takedown.
Soxa's dead, too.
Soxa.
They finally got split up. And that was the fight that they were looking for. There's no Roche for them to take, but maybe they continue to look for some kills, and in fact, they smoke up. OG just got a little bit too over-aggressive. At some point, they are going to take a fight. And 33, he's got to go back for the spider legs, and this might just cost him his life because of that.
Oh, yeah, it just may. He has no shapeshift, no way out.
Ah, that's so unlucky.
And that is your top net worth in the game going down.
He was going to run away. You could see him go to the right, and he saw the spider legs drop, wasn't sure what he was supposed to do. Then he comes back for it. That was a hefty amount of change, and No Tail's going to get tracked up now, but they're not going to be able to continue this. And finally, some breathing room for this team.
Check out the replay of Nigma's moment of brilliance where they're able to get a good team fight. Look how far he is from
the rest of his team.
Yeah. I don't want to make the hasty call to say overconfidence, but Seb certainly was out past his leash a bit there. He had Soxa nearby, but as we saw with Nigma in full force, they were able to capitalize on the advantage in numbers. Uh-oh, Curl's been spotted, and they quickly dust him up.
That's number 10.
And they got him. That was quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He has so much of Nigma's deaths. But how much do you think that matters? Probably not too much. If there is somebody to die, why not the 5 bounty hunter?
Yeah.
There could be worse targets for them to lose. He's tanking some deaths. Do you think OG is going to have a little bit of problems going high ground for the time being because they always have to deal with this Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster?
For sure. Uh-oh, bottom lane. Aurora was actually committed onto Sumail just behind the
he doesn't
tower.
have Aegis anymore.
Oh my goodness.
That is
a lot of money. And guess who pocketed it?
Look at that jump.
Miracle.
This is OG now. This could be the worst sides of them where they just kind of die trying to go for a little bit too much. And Sumail is... That was a huge pickup. He was completely alone in their base. And then he just got roared and died.
Yeah, you don't want to underestimate Nigma's capability to take advantage of a misstep like that. They will step on your toe.
And they don't have detection for mind control. They're going to run into Weehaw here. And I think Nigma should look for a fight. It is going to be a 4-on-5.
Oh, he comes up and grabs the dropped branch. Weehaw
Sumail buys back for this.
Stepping in. Like you said, Sumail, a call to action for him. The Will-O-Wisp being committed. Miracle just barely able to make it out. They will blast down Kuro, and at that...
What do they get for this? Looks like nothing, really. They get Kuro for like the 11th time.
So what can they even do? They'll try to maybe make a call to push bottom, but Miracle's already way up north, adding pressure yet again to the top lane. So how far are OG really going to be able to go?
Yeah, and for as much as we were praising OG, I probably just forgot myself. Nigma is still a very good, disciplined team. They're not going to make this easy for you.
No, certainly not. And as we already saw 2 times now, If you get overconfident, if you try to be overzealous, Nigma will be there to capitalize on your mistakes. Weehaw now, a bit of pursuit here. Sumail, Remnants
very low on
forward.
mana.
How hard do they want to chase for this?
And he's going to TP out. He's got an Arcane Rune. He'll be all right. And Miracle is thinking about sticking around in this area. Their lack of boots of travel, though, on the side of OG is really getting a bit difficult. And this is a pretty big pickup, too. Sox is not underfarmed. They're going to get 300 gold for that.
Oh, bump back. Jump in from Seb in the mid lane. He gets a extra boost of mana there from No-Tail, which he did need, but Miracle is going to be able to slide to the high ground. But Sumail on the chase, looking to move in, gets the chains down onto Miracle. And now Miracle dishes out the ulti, pops
He uses
BKB,
BKB so
tries
late.
to go for No-Tail, but it's not going to happen.
He had BKB that entire time. After he was changed
going
up.
to be able to make it away and didn't anticipate Sumail's pursuit, but when OG decided to make the call to fight, you know the boys are going to be there to take it to him. Weehaw now, forced to timber chain to the high ground. He is far from home. Can he somehow slip away from this one?
He gets changed up.
Here
I have
comes
to
the
imagine
blast.
this is his death. Yep. And they're just going to go right back to taking a hold of that lead. Crow's going to steal that invis and probably die for that. I mean, he's pretty fast. He might be okay, actually. He's really quick.
Don't want to pursue. Even though the Necro Book just came up, it's not worth the chase.
Yeah, their main stun is not there, and that is the Ember Spirit Chains. Look at this. Mind Control is going to cut the wave.
He's pushing out bottom, and it looked like he may try to cut that mid lane, but decided to not do that. Now OG have ascended into the high ground here. Glyph comes out, but Seb's starting to poke away onto the tier 3. Here's a stun onto Sumail. Oh, nice little Force Staff just after the blinding light. Oh, but they've already made the catch onto Kuro, and he is gone. GH is forced to get himself back into the safety of the fountain, but the Raxes have fallen. What about bottom lane? They got half the damage on that tier 3, but Seb is looking to make Mind Control pay. He powers out the boys and commits the split. There's a roar, though, from Mind Control. He's trying to find a safety closet here to maybe TP out from, but Seb.
He's spotted.
Seb's chasing. Don't do this. Oh, gets the stomp.
The jukes on jukes on jukes. He's so close to having his Shadow Blade back up.
Oh, not able to make it out.
That was an intense amount of critting.
I'm sure Seb would have been very frustrated if he'd committed so much just for Mind Control to make it away, so got to feel good that he ultimately does take him down, but as acknowledged already, you know, Nigma making him work for it, continues to add the side pressure where possible, but the real base damage has now been done from OG, wiping out that mid lane. You know, don't get me wrong, Nigma have plenty of wave clear to deal with it, so this game is not over yet.
Arcane Rune picked up on Sumail. Looks like he wants to get a Linken's, does not want to get roared. That is the only way he feels like he's going to die, or some sort of single target item by the Nature's Prophet.
Man,
and
look at OG. They just turned straight up and ran as a collective.
Run at dots, man.
Just this. Did you see someone over there? I thought I saw someone there. Go!
It's entertaining because it forces the enemy team to fight. And Nigma don't want to fight. I feel like this lineup would work against a lot of teams, but right now it's a struggle.
They have the push in the mid lane, so they'll just cut right to the bottom and take it to the tier 3, which falls just as fast as they get in, and they quickly swarm onto the GH Beetle and squish him. Sumail TPs to the bottom lane to deal with the pressure there, but they've already lost a Rax on this side. Miracle able to wipe out both Rax in that bottom lane. He will BKB TP back, and Sumail makes his return from the Remnant. Weehaw right under the Will-O-Wisp, eating lots of pressure from OG. It's 33, chomping him down to little metal bits, and gets the finish. 2 from Nigma go down. They both have buyback. Are they going to have to commit it? Yes, Weehaw uses the buyback. GH not able to make it back inside. He does fall. And look at this,
going for throne.
OG going for the jugular.
Look at Miracle at top,
4s.
but they don't really care. They're ignoring him completely. They're just killing everybody.
Chance. Can Miracle do it alone? I don't think so. I don't think so. OG are already got the precious Ancient down to nothing. They take game number 1.
Oh, I've missed this in my life. OG just running at people nonstop.